we do without you, Jake? We'd have no recordings without Jake. So I've just been digging in and saying, you know what? I keep saying I want to go back to basics. I want to go back to basics. And so let me share my screen, and we're going to talk about where are those resources and how do you go back to basics? What are the most successful people in the business doing? Okay, so I'm just going to back out of here just a minute. Can you guys see my screen? I can't see you. Okay, good. So if you go into mission-driven.info, remember there is a password on that now. It's just all lowercase mission. You're going to see a screen that comes up like this. This is going to be your home screen. And you can either just type in what you're searching for, but what I'd really like to focus on today is I had noticed so many people, you see the impact you have when you can build a team. So we're going to go over here to the far right where it says build. Hang on a minute. I keep getting phone calls. And then we're going to talk about what's in here. You know, why do people join our mission to begin with? And I love this because one, it's just because they're having a great experience with their Juice Plus. They're already talking to people, right? They might see the excitement, like they came to our Buddha Bowl thing, and everybody was saying, wow, this was so much fun. You know, they want to be part of that community. They love the mission that we're on. Some people are just like, I want to be on everything, but I need to offset my costs. They might need that extra income. Maybe they need income to pay for something in their life or to pay off debt. And they might be ready for a change in life. I really like this video that's right here. They talk about just how awesome our company is and the support that comes from it. And they kind of cover all those topics that I just talked about. So when you have somebody that you're interested in sharing in, remember this video here because you can share it. See right here in the corner, you click on the arrow and you're able to share it. But what I really want to talk to you about today is designing your team. So all I did is I'm still on the build tab and I'm scrolling down here because I want you to think about this. We might have a lot of people in our head that we think, oh, I should talk to this person about the business or that person. But if we don't write it down and we don't have a plan, it's probably not going to grow. It's going to be willy-nilly. And I think of it like talking about farming and plants. Think about a farmer. They don't just go out and toss seeds wherever they want and then not go back and do anything with them. And that's what we have. We might be tossing seeds, meaning we might be sharing our story and sharing about it, but we need a very specific plan. Where do we want to be able to plant that person? Right? So a farmer's going to go out and decide where he's going to plant, how he's going to plant, when to come back and water, all those kinds of things. And the first thing he's going to decide is which seeds. I mean, you got to know which seeds. So if you come here to expand your team and click on this, it says design your team. This form has been around for a long time, but I love it if it comes up. This is about designing your team. And I challenge each of you today. I will go ahead and post this in the, Jake, how about I'll post this and then you can post the recording of this training under it. But this is identifying specific people. And this is a good memory jogger for thinking, well, I'm not sure who I want on my team. Well, this tells you, who do you know that is well connected in the community? Find the busy people. I know some people say, oh, she's too busy for this. No, those are the people that usually get the most done and they're the most plugged in with people. Find people that like to help other people, customers that are already so happy. You can read that for yourself, but what you would do then, so I would put each person's name down here. You know, I might have Ron Llewellyn, cancer thriver, right? And then I'm going to have the next steps that I'm going to do with Ron. And then I could have down here Dar Geiger. I could have another cancer thriver. I might decide, wow, I got a few people in my life with cancer or have been through surviving cancer. Maybe I need to get them on a call for that. So then I could go down here and I could have, I'm pulling up everybody. I can only see a few of you on the bottom of my screen. I could have Jake Durr, right? And I could talk about, wow, she used to be an entrepreneur. She had her own framing company. Or I could be thinking, oh, everybody in Jake's family is really active. All those wrestlers and bikers, they need to know, what do I see? Oh, she's in the biking community. I want to be able to share with her, because if it makes sense to her, she might share with all the other bikers. Get the idea? You want to just think about each person. Then I would write down their name, and you can see here, they want you to write down their city and state, their age range, their occupation, their spouse's occupation, their children's ages, their circles of influence, and what you like and respect about them the most. Just kind of do a brain dump for each person. And then they have little ideas. They have much more than this if you scroll through. This gets you a few ideas about what you can say, just about, what are you going to do to share with them next. And part of this, guys, I really encourage you, don't overthink it. I was chatting with another rep today, and she has some people that she adores. I mean, to her, they're the ultimate couple, the ultimate parents. They're just amazing, and they're disciplined, and they serve their community. And so I said, well, be careful, because if you are plotting so much what you're going to say, it doesn't come across as genuine. It might come across more that you are trying to sell them something. But what is in it for them? Because you have to, and I could understand her predicament was, well, she's asked me about the gummies, and I sent her some samples, and she's really interested in them. And now she said, what's the cost? Well, I really want to get her on the phone so that I can, maybe she wants to come in the business, or we do the health study, or I don't know which of the gummies she wants. So maybe I should just tell her, well, there are a lot of factors to that. Let me get you on the phone. And I said, be careful with that, because if somebody can't even tell me the price of their product, that's like a red flag to me. Like, why can't you just tell me the price of the product? So I recommended, just let her know, the basics. It's this much a day if they're doing the 20 fruits and vegetables, this much. But, maybe you could be like me, and I put my child on and they got it for free. Why don't we hop on a call, and I can tell you more about that. So you can still move towards hopping on the call. But if you just keep putting that person off and you never answer their questions, that feels sleazy to people. That kind of takes them back, kind of the old style network marketing, where they bring you all into a room and you don't know what the heck you're there for, and all of a sudden they're pounding you with signing up something. So we certainly just be genuine. If you have somebody that you're scared to talk to because you're like, oh my gosh, I always kind of watch you from afar because, you just always seem so put together, and I love what you're doing in the community, or I love the kind of mom you are, or, I admire your marriage so much and what you guys do in your church. I mean, whatever it is, just speak from your heart. And then let them know if you're uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable, but I'm also uncomfortable not to tell you because I've got, I have something that's just so near and dear to me, and you keep being put on my mind. Would you have a few minutes that we could get together? So what I really like to do, this is a first step for you to write all this down. I've sent a lot of information over the last week on connection calls. And ideally what you want to do is have this person connect them either with your sponsor, a sideline, with me, somebody. But it really helps. It's really difficult if you put somebody on the phone with me that has no idea about Juice Plus. Okay, that's usually not going to be a very good call. That's going to be a first step where I end up telling them about Juice Plus. But unless they're super entrepreneurial or looking for something, it's probably not going to go far. So see in the box to the right, when you write the person down, always have the next steps. So maybe you've already done those steps. Maybe they're already a customer. Maybe, but think about when's the last time they had seen a video Have they seen any of the current videos? You might have a customer that's been your customer for 4 years and you did really excellent education on the front end, but haven't really done any education or events with them on the back end. So before you get them there, you want them to have belief. So be thinking of next steps. What is the next step that you can do with that person? And it again is that if I, would you kind of thing. It can be if I, I was thinking about you today, this new video popped up and I was thinking about, oh my gosh, I really haven't shared any information with you in a while. If I sent you a really current video, would you be open to watching it? I mean, so it can be anything as simple as that. And if you're sitting here and saying, oh my gosh, when I go to do this, I feel like I freeze and I don't know what to say, that's why we're a team. You get on the phone or you even get in Vox or Team Ignite and say, guys, I'm challenging myself to do what Susie said, and I'm using that design your team worksheet, and now I'm scared and I don't know what to say. That's okay. Everybody's felt that way. Sometimes I still feel that way. What do I want to say? So let me just back out of here for a minute. And I will tell you, that's all we're going to talk about today. But this expand your team, this is where I got it, design your team. If you have customers, you could always watch this training, the customers to team training. And then actually, I just recently watched this map your PC genealogy. That means map your preferred customer genealogy training. And I'd never heard of doing that before. And actually, we can talk about that next week. And everybody could bring the genealogy form. You just print off your customer genealogy that comes out every week and just print that off and bring a pen and a highlighter. And we can talk about what do you do each time that comes out? How do you map it to do better customer care and to see what the next steps are even with your own customers. So we'll talk about that next week. But in the meanwhile, if you scroll down one more, here's more verbiage about inviting somebody to your team and then your business story, okay? Just stay within this tab, and it's the build tab. Remember, I clicked on build, but definitely click on design your team and print that out and just do a brain dump. Don't decide who you really think is going to do the business or not. Put some of the scary people on there that you really admire and you think, oh my gosh, if they signed up, I wouldn't know what to do. We will know what to do. We will help you, okay? And we can get on the phone with you. So thinking about that and family. Well, made me lose my train of thought. Anyway, any questions on that? Okay, tell me the truth. How many people are going to go print off that design your team form and do it?
It's the first time I've seen it, so I think it's a great form. It's going to help me categorize.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And if you want to build quickly, then you bring out one of those every week. You have 5 new people every week that you're thinking of for your team, because a lot of them you're just starting with baby steps. You're not going to be ready for connection calls or they won't respond to you right away. Things happen. So be thinking, who can you always be adding? And sometimes it's the people you least expect. I mean, seriously, I didn't plan on being here and doing this, especially as a profession, even a side gig. So you never know who you're going to run into, even if their first response is, oh, I'm not into that. How many of you really thought that you would be doing Juice Plus?
When I think about the challenges I gave you and Cheryl, oh my gosh, I was such a skeptic.
And look at you now, all these years later.
My team love the skeptic, because once they realize that it's something that they want to do, it's empowering for them. Yeah, right, exactly. They're gonna want to help thousands of families.
And you know what? I would say the majority of our team is more introvert. So don't just look at who's the most flamboyant person out there. There are a lot of people that are much more introvert, but
You,
they
Susie?
huh?
Not you, Susie?
Not me. Actually, I'm an extroverted introvert. I do need to pull back and have quiet time. I just like, it's too much after a while. I'm happy to go out and I can shine, I can work a room, I can do that, but it's exhausting to me. And then I got to come back.
My grandson calls that in the middle of an introvert and extrovert. He calls it, he's an ambivert, I think it is.
Ambivert?
Is that a word he made up or a real word?
Oh,
It's an ambivert.
ambivert.
Where you're a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Really? An ambivert. I never heard of that word.
Like
Well, I guess
ambidextrous,
I'm
where
an
you write with
ambivert.
both hands. It's like ambidextrous, where you can write with both hands. It's ambivert.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a good way to remember it. That sounds good. Great. Well, I really, really encourage you, even if it feels awkward and you can only put one name down and completely fill out the boxes, the hardest part is just getting started, y'all. Just get started. You don't need a perfect form. It doesn't have to be perfectly written. It can be messy. You can have things just fit all over in the box and right on the back. It's your form. It's your business. But if you don't start somewhere, you can't have a harvest, right? So let's not plant our seeds willy-nilly. Let's plan out a really awesome garden of people to march forward on this. So, all right. Any other questions? Exciting things anybody want to share? Y'all look so good. I love when I can see your faces.
Well, we were talking about salad in a jar parties earlier because I saw that Vicki was on and she had just hosted her very first one. Well, Bobby and Ember also buddied up and they're doing them monthly. And they just had theirs a little over a week ago. Two weeks ago. I don't know. I've lost anyway, they had one recently. And
That's fantastic.
Like it was a success. Ember, I know that Bobby doesn't have a voice right now, but Ember, if you want to hop on and say anything about it, you're welcome to.
Yeah, we actually did one. We had a really good turnout, and we didn't get any orders from it, but I think we planted a lot of seeds because a lot of the people had come to previous events that we did. Okay. And then we have another ramen one coming up here in a week, 2 weeks. And we have a ramen one, then we have another one scheduled for August. So there's a lot of interest, so we might just continue doing them once a month.
Perfect. And that's what we talked about here in North Carolina. And I got that idea from my friend Andrea Bond. I think I told you all about her, that she was a sales coordinator and connected with me when I was in Omaha. She now lives in San Antonio, but she's now 50 Club NMD. So she just soared right past me. And one of the things that she was told to do is now she holds, I think she does hers weekly or at least 3 times a week. But she had really big goals. And she said when she first started, sometimes hardly any people would come, but they just told her, you just keep doing it. You just keep doing it so that everybody sees that you're doing this no matter what. You're always having these events. And she said all of a sudden it just started building. And then the people that came were becoming reps, and then they knew how much they enjoyed it. So it was comfortable for them to invite their team too. But it didn't happen overnight. It was a series of many months that she continued putting on those events before she really, saw things start kicking into motion. So that's where we are in North Carolina right now too. I think we're only three events in, and we're doing twice a month. Dar?
Where can we get the recipes for these bowls that you're talking about, the ramen bowls? They're unusual, the breakfast bowls. Where are the recipes for that?
Google.
You know what? Just maybe make a post on Team Ignite, Dar, and let people who have done it just let you know. We don't necessarily always have recipes. We're just putting things together. Well, you would have to for the soup bowls, but let different people who have done it, then they could tag you with either a link or just give you information, because I bet that's something more people would like to know the answer to.
And also, if you join the Facebook, I don't remember I think it's like HLR with Courtney and Katie. I can tag Dar in it too. But they have recipes for the ramen and exactly, what you could put in there. And there's a lot of great information on that.
Well, we were wondering
awesome.
about the breakfast jars. Sounded like such a good thing, but I mean, how do you do that? What do you put in it? Thank you, Ember.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Tag me. I don't think I'm in there. I know we talked about it, Ember, but yeah, that would be great.
Ember, would you mind tagging me also, please?
You betcha.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Amber, would you tag me also?
Okay, wait a minute. Let's do this.
I'll post the group in Team Ignite. How about that?
Yeah.
And then
Post it
everybody
into Team Ignite, and then do we just click on it and they automatically accept us, or will you need to send an invitation for us to be invited?
I'll look and see, but I think it's just open for reps. So I don't know if they to make sure that you're a rep or how they go about doing it, but I'll check both ways and I'll make sure
I'll make sure that all of my team is invited, and then Ember, that way you can do your thing. So how about if I just do that? I'll just make sure everybody here is invited.
Okay.
Ember, that
But
way
still
it's not
post it,
something.
because
Yeah.
there are so many people that can't come onto these meetings, and so, but they're still working and they'd still like that resource. So that would be great.
Thank you.
All right. Well, ladies and gent, I look forward to collaborating with you next week, and let's go ahead and go forth, and I will go over that preferred customer genealogy report. I'll post that. So I will want you to copy off your preferred customer genealogy for next week. Tell a friend that you know is not on here today about it, and then we can go through line by line across the preferred customer genealogy, and I'll teach you how to map that out so that it's a report that's really useful to you for building your customers, keeping your customers, and helping them learn more about what you're doing with this awesome mission.
Awesome.
All right.
Right.
Okay. Well, good to see your beautiful, shiny, healthy faces. And we will see you next Monday. So let's make it an awesome July, guys. We only have July and August. If you want to get to that Express Track sales coordinator or help somebody on your team and all those extra bonuses, woo, there will not be that big of an Express Track bonus after that. So just know that.
And it's more volume after that.
We recorded me. Not supposed to tell that.